Many inventions and inventors have come through over the ages, and this game has collected most of them in Age of Inventors from Meeple Pug Games, and I'm going to show you how it plays solo after this break. Alright, here I am set up for a one-player game, solo game of Age of Inventors from Meeple Pug. I'm going to go over the rules briefly for you. So we're going to start in the upkeep phase. In the first round of the game, we are going to be skipping steps 1 through 5, which is basically collecting back your assistants, resetting our switches, which actually we can do because I just noticed mine are all on. So resetting the switches, increasing the round counter, draw a breaking news card, earn funds based on where we are on the ingenuity track, and then that would be the 5 that we're skipping this turn. So the first thing we are going to be doing is drafting equipment. Typically you would do this in turn order, but because they're just basically they're acting as a dummy player, they won't actually get equipment. So what I will do is I will draft one of these things and spending 0, 1, or 2 points or coins, funds, putting it on my board, getting the thing that I cover there, and then I'll activate all lab equipment. So in the first turn, there's only going to be one piece of lab equipment, obviously. Then we will get into taking our turns. So I'll continue taking turns and doing actions until I basically pass. So there's a few things I can do. I have a lab assistant. I can place them on my lab equipment to do that effect. I can place them on any active inventors on the board. I start with inventor. When they are on the board, they get a little book platform put on them, and then I can put them there to do the ability at the bottom. So that's another thing I can do with my lab assistant. Or I can do ingenuity to increase my position. I can put myself here, spend 2 ideas, and swap spaces with them. I probably won't be doing that until the last turn, though, because, again, in a 2-player or multiplayer game, this would matter more. In this game, it doesn't. I can do experiments to receive 1. I can come up here, spend 2 money, take one of these. At the end of the game, I can spend 4 resources to flip it up to see how many points it's worth. If I don't flip it up, it's worth 1 point. I can go to the tile refresh. I can go here, spend 2 money, and either refresh the inventors or the inventions. I also have a spot here on my board that I can go and I can just gain any one of the scientific resources, not the ideas. So if I don't use a lab assistant, I can use a switch. The switches do one of 4 things. I can do a switch to grab an inventor. I'll pay the cost below, 2, 4, and 6. Or I can use it to get an invention, spending ideas 1, 2, or 3. Or the switches also allow me to put them out on the board. When I put out stuff on the board, inventors can go in any hex as long as it's not adjacent to another inventor. And then I spend one of the resources on here. If they have 2 resources shown, I just have to spend 1, and I'll get the ideas listed on the corner. If I put out an invention has to be adjacent to a side of the inventor that is colored that color. Let me grab one of the So Albert Einstein, for example, you can put blues along his top and greens along his bottom, but you can't put a blue on his bottom because that side is green. You'll spend the resources on this side. You'll put it adjacent to one of the inventors that has that matching colored side. You'll then go up on the designated track that many spaces and get whatever's on the bottom. So that is the 4 things you can do with your switches. Free instantaneous actions is trigger an inventor's ability. Certain ones, such as Samuel Moore's here, you tap them or exhaust them, however you want to say it, and then I can use a switch to place 2 inventors instead of 1. So basically I could do that, and then I can continue on with my regular turn. The other thing is I can perform an instant conversion. It's up here. I can spend 3 resources to get an idea, 2 to get 1, or 1 to get a fund. funds are tracked on this dial, and that's basically money. We are going to play either over 4 rounds or until this board is filled. I doubt I'll fill this board. We did play 2 players and we did not fill the board, so I doubt as a solo player I will. These tracks up here that I said you go up when you play inventions. You'll be passing certain things and getting those. So in this instance, you would be getting an inventor. When you get anything like that, you just take it off the top of the designated pile. This is gaining an experiment. That's gaining an invention tile. That's an experiment. 4 money. You reset a switch. 2 goods of your choice. An experiment and an idea token. If I can surpass them, they start at 8. I will get one of these tokens, depending on which track it is. And this allows me to use a specific resource as wild when putting out inventions. For the most part, I think that's it. We're going to go and play through the first round as we have normally been doing. I think I will then walk through a full upkeep phase for you so you can see the steps 1 through 5. And then we will then fast forward to the last round, probably after the upkeep, seeing as I showed you an upkeep. Alright, all that being said, let us get started. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of equipment. So there's a few nice ones up here. This piece of equipment will let you reset 2 of your switches. This lets you grab an invention, and this gives you $4. So I think I am going to start off by spending $1 and just grabbing this one. And then you put it on here and do these actions. So by playing the corporation trading firm, which is what they say you need to play in the book, your first 3 spots are all identical. It's basically spend 4 money to get 4 of the designated resource, and the last one gives you another inventor. Given that my inventor needs a gear, and my stainless steel needs 3, and I start it with 1, I think I am going to put this on top of this one, spend my 4 money to get 4 of, I believe it's engineering research, 2, 3, and 4. And then I put this here, I trigger it, which is get an invention. Now we have radio circuit. Okay, so that was my first, that was doing all of that. So that is the end of the upkeep phase. We now go into my player phase. So I think we will spend 1 switch to get our inventor out. So we have Samuel Morse. So we are going to just stick him right down here. Let's get my inventions up here now. So I spend my 1 gear. I put him out anywhere on the board. One note I will make in a solo play is typically when a inventor is fully circled, he's retired, and you draw a breakout token or breakthrough token. He will still be retired, but we do not draw breakthrough tokens. So I think I'm going to put him there just for ease of me getting to him. I put my book on him, and I get 2 ideas. Now, I can go there in a future turn with one of my workers, spend an idea to get 2 more of the engineering. Or I have that special ability that I said about where I can use a switch to place 2 inventors instead of 1. I don't have any inventors yet, so I'll probably want to get them soon. Which my radio circuit allows me to draw 2. Next, though, I think we are going to get out our stainless steel, because that's going to push us up on the track, so we switch our switch on again. This wants 3 engineering and a chemistry. And we will put that right down here. Now, I will say each board has 2 sides, and each side has an asymmetric power. So there is 8 powers in this game total. What this one is I will gain funds equal to 1 of the spent resources. So in this instance, I'm going to gain 3 funds because of the expended resources there. I now move up 3 on this track, 1, 2, 3, which gives me an experiment. Like so. And then we do its power, which is gain 2 inventions. Nice, I'm getting all orange, which works. Alright, this little arrow icon means steal. The dummy player is seen as having all resources, infinite, what have you. So if I go to steal, I will just take them from him. What shall we do next? Well, I know I want to get out this radio circuit so I can get some inventors. So I need another gear for that and 2 chemistry. I don't know of any easy way to get that at the present moment. Well, I can go there to get the 2 gears that I need. And then I still need the 2 chemistry, which I have 1 spot there that allows it. And then I can always spend 2 resources there. Yeah, let's go first. We'll put a worker here to spend an idea to get our 2 gears that we need. Like so. And then we'll put a worker here to get a chemistry. Like such. And finally, I think we will do an instant conversion, 2 resources for 1. So we're going to get rid of these 2 to get the chemistry. Let's flip our switch. To put out my radio circuit, cost me 2 orange, 2 green. Put that out here, pushes me up 3 more here. 1, 2, 3, which gives me 4 money. And also, either one of those is 2, so we will grab 2 more cash. And then we'll do its ability of 2 inventors. So you draw these off the top of the deck. We have Alfred Nobel and James Watt. We'll put those up there. We won't grab their tiles yet, because I think I'm going to be grabbing one of these blue guys, probably Count Alessandro Volta. Alright, so that was putting that out, move that up there. Let's go ahead and do our last switch to indeed grab Count Alessandro Volta. That cost me 2 money. He comes over here. These slide down, and we refill. Alright, so all my switches are used. I have 2 workers left. So let's go and grab up here. We'll spend 2 to get this experiment. And then I don't think I like these guys, so we're going to go down here, spend 2, and refresh this row. Put them that way. And Ferdinand von Zeppelin, Rudolf Diesel, and Alexander Graham Bell. Alright, so that was our whole first turn. Next up, we then pass and we go into the upkeep phase. So again, I'll walk through this, and then we'll speed up to the final round. So we are going to collect back our lab assistants, like so. Reset the switches and any inventor abilities, like so. Increase the round counter, so we're on round 2. Draw a breaking news card. The board game times. Morse code distress signal. Hey, that's fitting. I have Samuel Morse. International Morse code distress signal, or SOS, ... became the worldwide standard when it was included in the Second International Radio Telegraphic Convention in Berlin. So, this has 2 options on it. So typically in a game, you'd be voting up or down for left or right. The benefit one is you may use a switch to draw back one of your workers, so you may use them again. Or all players start with -1 worker. I'm going to vote that we'll be using a switch to draw back one of our workers. I don't know if we're going to need to, but that's what I'm going to go with. Then you earn funds based from ingenuity. I get 2 funds, dink-a-dink. And then draft equipment. So this will slide down, the next one will come over. And that's spend a chemistry to get 2 physics. I think I, though, am going to get this switch one. And let's put the switch one, so I'm pretty much resource poor, but what do I want to get? Let's see. This one lets me put one out with a cost of 4 reduction, so I can put out either one of them if I get this one out. That needs 2 physics, a chemistry, and an engineering. Let's go ahead and, because I can always get the engineering there, let's go ahead and do this one that gives me 4 physics, and I spend 4. One, 2, 3, and 4, like so. Alrighty, and activate your lab equipment. So I will activate this, and that gives me another invention, nuclear fission. So that needs 3 of that and a chemistry, and that gives me 6 physics. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I'll have to think about that one. Alrighty, so there is that upkeep. So again, I'm going to jump into the full-on play, and I'll see you back when I start the player phase in round 4. Alright, here we are in the final round. There's not much more I really need to do. I need to get this one up 2 more to max out that, so this assembly line would be optimal for there. So let's go ahead and think that. Spend my idea to get that assembly line. Move that, and there. So to get that out, I need 3 engineering, but because I have this token, physics can be spent as wild. So let's just go ahead and knock that out now. There's that, which would give me the 3 funds. I'm maxed out at 19. Kind of wish I'd let you go to 20 for various reasons you'll hear in a moment. Put this out here. I noticed I was very electric centric. We have James Watt, Heinrich Hertz, Volta, and then we have Goodyear for the tires, Morse code. Alright, so assembly line moves me up 2 here. So I now maxed out on all of those. And what this does is it lets me take an inventor for my place and everyone underneath. So had I moved up first, I would have gotten 2. Doesn't really matter to me though. I get 1. We're going to put a worker right here. Spend 2 ideas to flip-flop these spots. And now the big thing is I right now have 4 of these books, so that would be 16 resources. I currently have none, so me trying to get those resources is the big thing that we're going to be doing. So how to get resources is basically going to be going on these guys and spending ideas and other resources. So I have the 3 workers left. Yep, none of these really matter. That's got conversions. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to get all the way up there, but let's see how many I can get. So I think we're going to start off by going here, spending idea to get 2 chemistry. Going here, spending idea to get 2 engineering, so that's 1. And I don't think there's any way for me to get 4 or to bring a worker back. Because I got rid of that guy. This started me with 1 less switch. See, that takes 4 resources, but gives me 6 back. I wouldn't need to use a worker for that. Alright, so we are going to, let's go ahead and use that switch. Spend our last 2 ideas to get the antibiotics. And antibiotics comes up here. Use our last switch. Spend our 4 resources to put it out. I'm just going to keep those here because I'm going to get 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, is there anywhere that I can just get straight to? I don't have any more ideas. Because everything turns an idea into something. That would be reusing 2 of those. No ideas for that. So it does look like I'll probably just put my last worker out for nothing. Just grab another resource. Alright. So that is the end of the game. So we are going to score for a few things. So this is the 2-player scoring pad, which is the scoring is very similar, except instead of these breakthrough tokens, we're going to do funds. I did realize there was a couple other ways to get the breakthrough tokens. I just didn't feel like they get them out and get them set up because I didn't for the game, because for some reason I thought we didn't use them at all. Alright, so the scoring for this is we just do our score, and then it's going to be comparatively to someone else, because you have to test your score with friends or online to see if you manage to score higher, or simply try to beat your own high score. Well, don't see how I'm going to get much higher. So I maxed out those. That's 8, 16, 24. Or that's 8 on each. 8, 8, and 8. Ingenuity, I got 3. So this is why I wish this would go to 20, because I'm at 19. You get a point for every 5 funds, so that is 3 points. And then we will spend 4 of these to flip over. We'll go that one. So that's going to be 3 points, 4 points, 5, and 6. So that's 8, 16, 24, 30, 36. Look at that. I scored the same amount of points as I did when I played against Bryde. So that is Age of Inventors Solo. Hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and give this video a like. And then also comment on it if you enjoyed this game or what your thoughts are if you've played it. Also, while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you can be alerted when we do more of these videos. And beyond all that, you can even check out where podcasts are found to listen to me and my musings. Until next time, go out and invent or innovate.